What is up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to another video. We're about to dive into this cheaper cord, try to get this engine and trans pulled out because we got some new stuff to go back in there. So without me talking anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into this video. Making a little bit of progress, guys. Got pretty much the entire front took apart. We got all the accessory stuff pulled off. I'm gonna do a little something different this time around and try to see if I can leave the power steering stuff fully connected like this and just kind of pull it out of the way, because this stuff is like the worst. This and transmission fluid is like two of my most hated spills. Like, I don't know, this stuff be stinking, transmission fluid be stinking. And yeah, I just try, if I can help it, I try not to make a mess. So hopefully if I leave all this intact, it won't get in the way of me getting this engine out. I think I can turn it this way. I can move this up a little higher and out of the way. And hopefully we can get this baby up out of here like that. Just something I'm trying. Gonna be starting, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and work on the gas cable, the throttle cable, and the fuel lines. Get those out of the way. And the rest pretty much should be, the shift linkage is barely on, so I can just pull those out the way, unhook the bracket for that. And yeah, guys, it should be pretty straightforward from there. This, I'm doing this a little bit backwards than what I normally do. Normally I start under the car, but I haven't touched the axles yet. But hopefully it won't be too bad. One of the bolts for the AC compressor was seized up, so I had to break that off. But I do think I have another bracket back there. If not, I'm gonna just grind it smooth and run 3 bolts. Holes for me, I've done it before. And one of these motor mount bolts in the front broke off. But again, Jeremy's H23 swap CG only has 2 bolts in that one as well. It's more like it's like the torque mount anyway. So these mounts on the side take the brunt of the action in the rear mount. So it's just a torque mount, but yeah, couple broke bolts so far. Hopefully we don't have too much more damage as we get this engine ready to come out. So we're draining out the trans fluid now, and thank God it did have transmission fluid in it, so that was a plus. I mean, again, it's got to be a bent fork or something. Something's up with fourth gear and reverse. Like I said, it shifts perfectly fine into all the other gears, but it would not go to reverse, and it doesn't stay in fourth. So I don't know what we're gonna do with this transmission. I might end up taking it to James and letting him open it and see if he can maybe piece it back together with some parts he might have laying in the shop. So we'll have a third trans for possibly the CB7, but again, I'm not entirely sure if if I'm gonna keep it or not. Honestly, most times you can find these Accord transmissions for pretty cheap, and yeah, it's just not really worth fixing. On another note, I'm really glad, I don't know if I mentioned this yet in the video, but I'm really glad that I am taking this engine completely out of the car. This car has been tampered with all the way around, and I'm finding everywhere that there's bolts in the wrong place. There's bolts that aren't tight, and that just sketches me the fuck out. So I really want to check this whole car over. This entire front bar here isn't tight, so but yeah, I want to check this whole entire car over to make sure. Obviously they messed with the shift linkage. It's got like the the adjustable cables in there. And when they put it back, I mean, you can't really be mad because sometimes people just don't know. And this is why people like me and other, you know, I guess I'm not a mechanic, but other people that know how to do this stuff, this is how we get stuff for so cheap, because it's just like they don't know what they're doing. So the bolts that was in the bracket for the shift linkage, if you know, you know, but they're specific lengths. So you're gonna have two kind of longer ones, and then you're gonna have a shorter one. They put the shorter one in the wrong spot. So the shorter one could have potentially stripped out the threads on the transmission, which doesn't matter because we're not gonna use this trans. And then they had the longer one tight as shit, but it wasn't even making contact with the actual bracket. And so again, it's just simple stuff like this that if you don't do this a lot like we do, you won't know, and you just put it in there, tighten it, think it's tight, and it's not. And you know, just small stuff like that. But yeah, there's always 3 bolts, and one is always shorter. The shorter one will go towards the front near the distributor, and then the 2 long ones go on the back side of the bracket. But you know, simple stuff, but everything's coming along. Draining the trans, all we got left to do is pull that axle out and disconnect the exhaust, and this baby's ready to pull out. So yeah, I guess without me talking anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and get that axle popped out, get the exhaust disconnected, which shouldn't be too hard. We got that custom flex pipe delete that's I mean, actually holding up pretty good, but yeah, got that custom flex joint in there that we got to disconnect, get that axle out, and we should be ready to get this engine out. Super hype. So there we have it, boys. Engine is out. Now pretty much all we have to do is split this engine and trans apart, and we're gonna be sticking on one of these transmissions. I'll figure that out by the next video. And we also got a lightweight flywheel back there that we're gonna be throwing on. I'll show you all of that as well. And before we put this back, we're gonna be doing the shift linkage. Here is another look at those aftermarket cables that they had installed. These things are just, I mean, they are all over the place. So definitely getting rid of those and get some factory OEM stuff on here. This thing looks like it's stuffed in there pretty good. Gonna have to try to get that off, but yeah, I'm gonna work on that probably in the next video so we can kind of keep this simplified and move along, because I want to do more in depth on getting those cables in and out so that if anybody else is trying to do it, I know when I YouTubed how to get them out when I was going to the junkyard, I didn't see anyone go through the process. So I'm thinking about making sure that that be a point in the next video, swapping out your cables in case you may be looking to do that on your CG. It may help someone out there. Basically, next video, I'm gonna go ahead and get the trans swapped onto here, new clutch, light flywheel, and we're gonna go ahead and get the cable swapped out for the OEM ones that we got from the junkyard. And then following that video, we should be sticking this thing back in the car. I do need some more stuff to like make this thing completely road legal. I still need to order a complete catback exhaust. I hate those cast manifolds and stuff. They just suck, man. I want to try to keep this simple and easy for me to put together. So I'm gonna try to order a complete eBay catback from the header to the back so that I can bolt it up and I don't have to get anything welded. Fingers crossed we can make that happen. But yeah, other than that, guys, it's gonna be pretty simple, man. It's just get this thing swapped back in, and we gotta work on the interior. I may do a separate video on that. I already hit my boy Raheem up. He's gonna probably do a full detail on the interior. Let me know in the comments if y'all wanna watch that or not. If you don't wanna watch it, I may just include it with the next video. But yeah, he is the GOAT for that stuff. And he did a Corolla I had a while back and it came out excellent. So definitely gonna let him make over this interior. This carpet is just, I'm not even looking to get this thing like spotless. I just want to get this smoke smell out. Jesus, like it just smells like Newport. So bad, so bad. So hopefully the shampooing and conditioning of the interior will solve that issue. And then yeah, it'll be just pretty much, I want to work on that dent on the roof, try to get that fixed, and then we can throw the headliner back in. And yeah, that should be pretty much it, guys. This car is not gonna take too long, and the more that I can, how do I wanna put this? The more I can motivate myself to get it done, the sooner and the better it'll be. That being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you smacking the like button for me, please. That really helps my channel. As well as make sure if you're new and you fuck with the Accord content, I also have Civics, just Honda content in general. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for me. I greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 20K. So yeah, that being said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Remember, respect all bills. Peace out.